Brighty Varnish. My name is Sheila and today we're going to talk about all the polishes that I wore for the month of February. Now February was a weird time for me because I was quite busy and we were sick. So it was kind of like I was definitely off schedule in February. I felt like I was sick for the most part. Our whole house was sick for the most part. And then when we were well, we actually went on a trip to Florida. And so it was just kind of like a blur. It was all kind of, just very rushed. But we did have that one extra day in February, but I still wore some beauties and I wanted to discuss them with you today, just chat about it. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first polish I wore for the month of February is this brown beauty right here. This is H&M's Me Time. This is one of those foil metallics that H&M does in like a similar formula, but in a variety of colors. Some colors that I do have that are similar are like proper copper and copper rose. So Me Time is more of like a darker sort of chocolate brown version of those polishes, the same formula. It is a little bit brush strokey, but I think that if you just are careful with your application, I think it's definitely doable. I felt very sophisticated and very sort of, grown up wearing this polish. This for me is one of those polishes where it doesn't really look pretty or like particularly beautiful on photographs, but as you wear it and you look at your nails, it just is beautiful. I was very pleased with this polish, and this is H&M's Me Time. The next polish I wore for February is Painted Phalanges Selectively Social, and this is a polish pickup from the month of January, and as soon as I got this I could not wait to wear it. First of all, it was February, it was Valentine's season. Joe from Polish Talk was doing pinks for her 2020 challenge, and so I just had to pull it out and wear it, and this is absolutely gorgeous. You probably saw this on my faves for spring video. Now I have to tell you, the formula on this one is thick. It's almost like plaster, but for me I didn't mind it at all because the color payoff and basically the whole payoff was absolutely gorgeous. It looked like pink sand on my nails, and the application for me wasn't hard because it stayed where I put it, so it wasn't like awful difficult, you know what I mean? It's definitely thick, but I think I'm getting used to all this thicker indies. I know at one point I would probably have to put thinner in it, but it is literally one of the more impressive polishes that I've purchased from Polish Pickup this year so far, and this is Painted Phalanges Selectively Social. Now I was really fortunate to have been sent PR samples from MJ Lacquer, and among the polishes that I swatched from this collection, the one that I wore towards the end where I didn't take off was What's Going On, and this is the thermal among the bunch. I wanted to wear it because I wanted to see how it transitions, and I wanted to at least try one of the polishes for longevity, and this, wow, this did not disappoint. This has like this sort of burnt orange to sort of like an antique yellow gold color flip to it. The two colors are so different, and when they transition, it transitions like you sponged the two colors together. It's just so absolutely beautiful. The transition on this one was also so seamless, so easy. Again, I can't really judge on thermal polishes whether it has to do with my body chemistry or it has to do with the outside air temperature, but this polish impressed me so much. And I've always been on a lookout for one of those polishes that transitions from yellow to orange, and I'm just so happy that I have this with me right now. And to be honest, like I was shopping from a foreign sort of store, and there was another sort of yellow to orange polish there that I was interested in, and I passed on it because I have this, and this is really beautiful. So if you're considering to try MJ Lacquer, this is definitely one of those polishes that I would consider trying, and this is what's going on. The next polish I wore is this beautiful pink glitter polish from Penelope loos, and this is Boto Rosa. Boto Rosa I bought specifically for Valentine's Day. I saw this one and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I fell hard and fast for this polish, and it did not disappoint on the nails. So absolutely beautiful. The glitter payoff was just phenomenal. I think I did 2 coats on this one. It is a little bit on the cooler side of the spectrum. Like if the base color was a little bit more cool than it actually is, I probably would have gotten like the dead finger syndrome or the dead hand syndrome. But this is just like right at that sort of line for me where it's still beautiful, and so I'm so happy that I have this. I think this is what you call the bubblegum pink. It looks like bazooka bubblegum base color, but it's just absolutely gorgeous polish. I'm so happy that I purchased this from PPU, and this is Penelope loos's Boto Rosa. The next polish I wore is one of the newer Essies that came out from their Flying Solo collection, and this is actually called Flying Solo. This is a pink polish that's a little bit coral. I can't really say that it's coral pink because a bunch of my coral pinks are more orange than this one, so I think I would describe this more as a pink with a very coral undertone, or with a, I don't know, maybe like a coral leaning pink, is that what you say? But this is absolutely gorgeous. I think it's one of those very easy organic pinks where like it's a very, if you're scared of pinks, this is something that you probably could pick up and wear and not be so intimidated by. Formula is great. I did 3 coats on the ridges that I have. Like my ridges are super high, especially my ring finger. But other than that, especially with the white brush, the Essie white brush, it was an easy application. And this is Essie's Flying Solo. The next polish I wore is OPI's Susie Needs a Locksmith. Now, I have recently stopped buying the new collections from OPI's unless they are on massive sale, just because I have found them a little bit redundant throughout the years. But this was on sale. I picked this up on a recent trip at TJ Maxx, and I think I got it for the usual like $4, and it did not disappoint. I have it's a piazza cake, and that is one of my favorite sort of burnt orange polishes, and this very much compares to it. Very nice formula, easy application, 1 coater, just gorgeous polish. And this is OPI's Susie Needs a Locksmith. Then the next polish that I wore is Emily Damali's Trips Abroad. Now this is the polish I wore to my trip, and I will tell you, this lasted forever on my nails. I had initially planned to wear Cirque's Anchors Away, but I wanted to wear a yellow for my trip, and so I figured, I'll bring Anchors Away on the trip so that I can switch my polish in the middle of the trip, because it was like I don't know, like more than a week trip. Well, this lasted forever, so needless to say, Anchors Away was not used because I didn't feel the need to switch out my polish during vacation. And so yeah, this is an absolutely beautiful sort of like macaroni and cheese yellow. My daughter actually describes it as the color of Cheetos, which is funny, but I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It photographs so well. It's just a beautiful polish. And this is Emily Damali's Trips Abroad. The next polish I wore is Essie's Full Steam Ahead, which is this beautiful sort of almost like pastel purple lilac color with these minuscule like silver pearl shimmer inside it that don't really translate on the nail, but it does give the base color a little bit of an extra brightness. This surprised me in a sense that the formula wasn't too awful as I thought that it was going to be. I know I used this some other time in the past. I just don't remember when, and I don't really particularly have a memory of the formula of it before, but now, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's probably thickened up a little bit. It's much older now. It's a much older bottle. So I just found the application on this polish to be quite easy, which is surprising for these types of Essies. And yeah, so this is full steam ahead. The next polish I wore is Essence Electric, and I actually wore this polish for Electriiiiiic's Classic Blue for her new Pantone 2020 challenge. Now, I'm gonna link all the hashtags below, by the way. I don't think it's an exact match to Classic Blue. The cap looks Classic Blue, but the, and I should have taken the hint from the name of it, but this is definitely a much more brighter, much more electric blue than it is a Classic Blue, so that was kind of off in that sense. But as it is, this is an absolutely gorgeous sort of bright blue. I'm curious to compare it to you know, the iconic Pacific Blue, but I have so many of these types of blues precisely because I love it. And yeah, formula was great. It has that kind of like that squishy blue formula, didn't stain my nails, absolutely gorgeous. And this is Essence Electric. And then the last polish the last polishes I wore for the month of February are these two right here. This is H&M's Prussian Wool, and this is Night Owl Lacquer's Nothing Burns Like the Cold. These two separately are just positively gorgeous polishes. This Prussian Wool blue from H&M is just this gorgeous, gorgeous sort of dusty navy blue. I don't even know how to describe it. I don't have anything like it. It's just an absolutely stunning blue. I don't think my swatch photo really did it any justice. It just kind of defaults into this very flat navy blue, but in real life this is such a beautiful nuanced blue. I know they don't have it on the H&M website anymore, but if you can find this on D-Stash, again, this is one of those that I would highly recommend. And then of course I think that Night Owl has created many beautiful flaky things for polish pickup, but I still think that this is the most beautiful so far. This is Nothing Burns Like the Cold. It is beautiful as a topper, beautiful in and of itself at 2 to 3 coats. Just a phenomenal polish. And so yes, these two together, you can see the swatch photos. I thought it went perfectly well. I was very proud of myself for coming up with this combination. Then again, it's just one of those things where, you know, you want to feature each and every one of them in their own, you know, beautiful right. But as a combo, it's still a winner. And so, yeah, these are H&M's Prussian Wool, and this is Nothing Burns Like Cold, or Like the Cold by Night Owl Lacquer. So that's it, you guys. Those are the polishes that I wore for the month of February. I thought that they were beautiful polishes, considering that I felt like it was such a blur and I was so busy. You know, polish is always something that I can sort of pull out and wear and feel good about, and they're just beautiful, and I like to talk about them. So that's that. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. You can hit the bell button for notifications, and I'm keeping track of what I'm wearing in March. I know right now it's a little bit challenging, but we're gonna get there. And in the meantime, we're gonna sit and chat about anything and everything nail polish. And so I hope everybody is having a great day regardless, and I will catch you again in my next video. Bye.